Hey guys, I'm Rand Younger, and this is another episode of Under the Radar, where we talk all things film and sometimes TV. And I want to welcome my wonderful panel of guest critics tonight. We have back Rachel Kolb. Rachel, welcome.
Hi, happy to be here. And I've got this good boy, Dobby the house doggo, on
Dobby,
Instagram sitting next to me here.
the official mascot, the mascot of Under the Radar.
Yes. Oh, indeed.
Oh, and Eric Godfrey. Welcome back, sir.
Hi, great to be here.
Yes. And of course, Mr. Matt Roran. Hey, how are you?
How do?
Good to see you guys. Good to see you. So before we get into anything, Rachel and Eric, I know you recently got back from a nice trip. I want the audience to hear all about it. Feel free.
Yeah. So we just got back from a trip celebrating a family wedding. It was basically just the reception part. They actually eloped over COVID. And it was actually a Beetlejuice themed wedding. And the bride had a dress that looked like Lydia's red wedding dress from the end of the movie.
Cool.
And they also had tables. All the different guest tables were themed around different horror movies or B movies. So you had The Shining, Little Shop of Horrors, just all different, really cool theming. And they had a old-timey popcorn machine, actually, and had popcorn for the guests. And their first dance was to Rainbow Connection. It was, and it was just overall a perfect reception for movie lovers.
What theme was your table? What movie?
We were at which table?
Were we at the little shop table?
We might have been at the
think we
little
might have
shop
been.
table.
I wasn't paying that much attention to the centerpiece.
I was gonna say I was up dancing for most of the night. So
That's true.
yeah.
It was a very weird mix of like pop, like Lady Gaga and Disney.
Yeah, and we also had a couple guests dressed up as characters from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which was also very entertaining.
Oh man, I haven't seen have you guys posted pictures? Because I need to see these soon.
I will send you a link to the pictures because they turned out amazing.
That's awesome. No, but I also wanted to hear about you went to Universal, I believe.
Yeah, the first day we went to Hollywood Studios. So we got
we
Disney.
went to Disney Hollywood Studios
and then Universal, both Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios the second day.
Nice.
So we finally got to ride Rise of the Resistance at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, which is the Star Wars ride, the trackless ride, where you're encountering Kylo Ren and getting to go past there's this whole line of stormtroopers you're walking past.
It's actually like, because I had seen videos of it, because the whole plot is that you're being smuggled off planet and you get captured by the First Order, and so then the officers drag you into this to the Star Destroyer. And as you open the door, there's this about maybe 30 or 40 stormtroopers waiting there on the deck as you get ushered into your interrogation room.
Are they actual actors in there, or
the Imperial officers are, but the stormtroopers are all like mannequins.
Okay. Well, there's a few that are actually animatronics and do move slightly.
But it's still quite the image to have the shuttle doors open and then there's just all these stormtroopers all huddled together and you're like, all right, I gotta go.
That's awesome. Was John Williams music playing throughout the park?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think
Perfect.
he actually did some new original music for that section of the park.
Because it's weird because the park takes place between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, so it's actually has its own where it falls in the Star Wars canon.
So you're part of the story. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, my favorite thing is always we didn't go there this time, but previously when there's a cantina there. And the old droid from the old Star Tours, his ship crashed into the wall, and they just built him into a DJ. So he's still part of the ship, but now he's got a little DJ thing that he plays for the cantina while you're getting drinks and food and everything.
That's fun. How are they? Do they have the blue milk?
Yes, they do. They have the green and the blue milk.
Yep, and you can actually get it with or
without alcohol. Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right.
which I tried the blue milk. It was all right.
Yeah.
I don't think I tried the green one though, because I think that's
Yeah.
spicier.
Cool.
Could be wrong though.
I must try this now. It sounds really cool, really delicious.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance to,
Yeah.
the Star Wars stuff at Hollywood Studios is
But
so much
the
fun.
one drink that I have to recommend over at Universal that you have to get if you go, you have to go to Shea Shea Alcatraz. Can I say this? Alcatraz. Yes,
Alcatraz.
thank you. Apparently,
Shea
I cannot say
okay.
this tonight. Shea Alcatraz, and go there and order the Ocean Attack because
that's
it comes with Swedish fish, and the bartender will get out a shark puppet, and basically has like this like. I'm not sure what it is that they're pouring into the drink, but it looks like blood. It's fantastic.
Jesus.
Except
all
our
sorts of
bartender
fun.
got me baby shark stuck in my head for that whole day because of that.
Yeah.
That is quite the imagery, Rachel. Okay.
Yep. And
Cool.
the Blues Brothers show, we also got to see that, and it was
nice.
excellent as always.
Oh, speaking of the Blues Brothers, Aykroyd and Jim Belushi, they're actually going to perform.
Yeah, they're playing down the street from me at the Paramount right here. Yep.
Oh, that's
Oh, wow.
awesome. Yeah, but they're playing.
A nice 10-minute walk from my house.
Wait, that's happening. That's happening right now, man.
Not right now, but sometime in
I gotta
March.
go.
Yeah. No, because
Sometime in March.
I definitely heard about them performing in May.
Oh, maybe it's May, yeah.
So
But yeah,
okay.
they're playing right down the street from me. So
Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna probably go dressed as a Ghostbuster, of course. Hopefully get some of my my teammates with me. We'll see.
maybe
But,
you get Jim Belushi to sign some stuff.
Maybe I'll get him to autograph my Real Men DVD.
Real man.
Matt knew what I was talking about. I love that movie. So such a classic. How are you, Matt? Sorry, we just kind of overshadowed you a bit there. How are you?
Me?
Have you done
You
any?
needed to go on vacation to Florida.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I feel like a terrible father because my kids have never been to like Disney World or anything. And anytime because like they'll ask me like, have you ever gone? And I'm like, oh yeah, when I was a kid we'd go all the time. Like I'm like, oh like
You say that, but I saw plenty of parents about that in the morning. The kids were like, "Oh my god, I'm so happy to be here!" And then by about 4 p.m., man,
Yeah,
no, you
yeah,
can't
no.
go in there. We gotta
I
go
mean,
home.
I remember being like the first couple times I went. Any day we were in Epcot, I was pretty much like, but I appreciate it when I got older. But
Yeah.
like when you're young, Epcot is like the most boring place on earth.
I'll tell you.
Well, it's the joke. Every person comes out tired. Is
Yeah.
the joke of Epcot.
But like it's weird because it's like it's been so long since I've been to any Disney. Like I went to, I guess like MGM Studios was brand new the last time I went.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
I went and Universal Studios was new. I guess like Back to the Future ride was like the newest thing they had. Went on the Jaws ride and it broke down.
Of course.
So
That's
we were
normal.
just sitting in a boat in the middle of the ocean, like not even the ocean, but in the middle of a tiny lake for 35 minutes and nothing happened. Just like
Now with Back to the Future, they replaced that with The Simpsons, right? That's
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, they've got that whole Springfield section of the park now.
Which the ride's okay, but I do like that the whole Springfield section.
The section
really,
is more fun to
really,
walk
yeah.
around.
because you got Moe's Tavern and everything. So
Oh yeah, you can get Duff beer. I heard. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
and the Men in Black ride is a lot of fun.
yes,
If you get a chance to do it,
Oh,
absolutely.
is
Like,
that the alien attack where you have like a gun?
Mhm.
yes, and
Okay.
if you can ask the attendants to get the special VIP, the immigration tour,
Yep.
they'll take you back and you can actually see like kind of up close with the aliens that they have in the queue. It's a lot of fun.
Do they have like the actual or like a replica of the headquarters?
yeah, with the
Yep.
the twins at the panel typing away.
Yep.
That's
I know that the TVs have what's the name of he's playing. He's always got
Oh,
messages,
Rip
but-
Torn, yeah.
his
Yeah.
character from
Yeah,
Men in Black, the head of the agency.
yeah, and they also have immigration books that you
Yep.
can like sign your name in. So
Didn't Emma
Uh.
Thompson replace Rick Torn's character in the third?
Well, because I know they went international. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
I never saw that one with
Yeah.
Thor though.
International.
It wasn't
we reviewed
terrible.
that. We
It was-
reviewed that.
Did you?
I reviewed that with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that was in studio. That was in studio, man.
Wow. Yeah, that was like what, 2019?
That was like one of the last ones I think we did.
I think you're right.
Wow.
Time.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. It just
It was just weird. It just felt like forced and
I mean,
unnecessary. But
it felt unnecessary.
yeah.
Like most like most like movies beyond part 2. Even most of those.
Well, Men in Black 2 was kind of a bomb.
But yeah, I definitely need to get my theme park on because you know, I went to River Country. That hasn't even been a thing since 1984. So yeah.
I think.
Well, you can go on the new Galactic Star Cruiser for the low price of $6,000 for a family of like 4.
Oh wow!
I saw that, and I'm like, the reason I haven't gone to Disney is because I'm like, I can't it's like I can't afford to bring like 5 people to Disney.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I want to wait till like they're at an age where like all of them can enjoy it. I'm not bringing babies to like a theme park. I'm not.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, they're at like the right age. Oh, COVID happened. And like then it's like, oh, like on Pickle Island money, there's no way. like I can barely pay rent right now. Like it's like
Right.
I'm getting
And honestly, one thing that we kind of noted, if you were in a position to choose between the two, I think right now Universal is probably the better deal out of between. I feel like Universal is it just feels like Disney's just, I don't know, it's lacking something. Universal seems to be where.
Well, I feel like Disney got rid of like all their best stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Star Wars stuff at Hollywood Studios is really good.
So, is there much of a difference between the Universal in Florida as opposed to the one in California?
Ooh, I have no idea.
I think there's a bit of difference. Yeah, there's some rides out in California that aren't at the Florida one, and vice versa. I know that out in California they have like that new Jurassic Park ride that's based on the new movies.
Okay.
And I know they just opened Velocicoaster last year down at Universal Studios in Florida.
Cool. Okay. I did the back in the 90s, I did when the Jurassic Park ride first opened. It was like a water ride, like
river.
Yeah,
that
one is still there. Yeah, they just did a refurbish on it.
I mean, I was probably like, maybe 14, and I was not impressed. I just didn't. It was just a little.
If you're a roller coaster person, Velocicoaster is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Your butt will leave the seat for a good minute.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right, guys, let's switch gears for a little. And I just want to hear real quick, Matt, what are you watching these days? I know you're always watching stuff.
Yeah, right now I'm back into my Frankenstein mode. Watching all the movies about Frankenstein. I finally today started the 70s after conquering the first 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, first 40 years of Frankenstein. I'm now into the 70s with the first Hammer film that didn't have any of the classic cast in it, so they kind of bring in some new blood for the horror of Frankenstein. It was pretty good. Okay. It was still Hammer quality. Right now I'm in the middle of Lady Frankenstein from 1971, and this one's pretty bad. It's I mean the monster looks like Jason from the second when you first see Jason's face, Friday the 13th part
3.
Well,
I think.
yeah, 2.
No, wasn't it 3?
3? Yeah, it's 3. But he looks like that, kind of like a mix between that and like Toxic Avenger, where it's like some bad plastic face. And the transfer on the DVD is horrendous.
I didn't have a lot of money behind it.
I think I got it for like $5, but
What was
But
the
yeah,
last?
it,
What was the last one with Boris Karloff? What year was the last?
Karloff. Well, he did as Frankenstein's monster was what he only did like the first two,
Oh, so
and then it was and then Lon Chaney took over.
I could have
As the
sworn
monster.
Karloff did something.
He did one as the Doctor called
Okay.
Frankenstein. Was it Frankenstein 1970, which was great. That one is a cool concept because it's basically he's Dr. Frankenstein, and like he's like looking to buy more equipment, and he's like broke. He sold all of the great art pieces and stuff that he had, and like he's just like, like I need money. And then a Hollywood film crew is like, we want to film a Frankenstein movie at your at your castle, and he's like, no, and then he's like, oh, money. So he basically for money
Like me.
lets them like film this movie at his castle,
Oh,
and
cool.
then one by one the crew starts disappearing.
Nice. I love that.
Didn't Shadow of a Vampire? Didn't that use pretty much the same concept?
Yeah, they pretty much
Yeah.
the same thing for
It's
Shadow.
a very similar concept, yeah.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe.
but yeah, it was Frankenstein 1970, which came out in like 68 or 67.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna add that to the list. Actually, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed that one.
Sweet.
But yeah, so I'm doing that, and I think one of the next ones is Andy Warhol's Flesh for Frankenstein, which I've never actually seen. So
Oh,
That might be a trip.
yeah, I'm sure.
nice. Rachel and Eric, what are you watching these days?
Well, this past week I did watch the 3-part Kanye documentary that is on Netflix. The third part actually just debuted this week. It's very interesting. Basically, the guy that filmed it had been friends with Kanye back when he was, I think he was like 17 or 19. Like they were both very young, and I think that the filmmaker was in his early 20s and was documenting the rap scene in Chicago at that time. And it follows all the way up through doing the album College Dropout, and then the third part of the documentary follows the death of Kanye's mother and a lot of the kind of media circus that surrounded Kanye in recent years.
Oh wow.
That explains why College Dropout is like number 1 on the charts right now.
Yeah,
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people I think are revisiting it because obviously there's an interest.
Trying to remember when Kanye was actually good.
Well, plus you don't have to buy a $200 music player for the new album.
Exactly.
So I'm sure people are willing to go back to the old stuff.
All right, and that's on Netflix, Rachel?
Yep.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, the content keeps getting better and better on Netflix.
Well, they bet with the prices they keep upping.
That's true.
They better provide more content. They
That's
just went
true.
up again too.
They upped it a couple of dollars this week, but still, it's great stuff. That and HBO Max, I think they're pretty much tied in terms of
HBO
content.
Max has been doing really well for something that just like appeared.
Yeah.
And like we knew it was gonna happen, but the Marvel Netflix shows coming to Disney Plus, and we're finally thanks to the coming of Moon Knight, we're finally getting the mature rated stuff. So there's parental controls. So hopefully, like the Brits and other Europeans, we will be getting some R-rated content. Because they have like alien movies and everything on there.
They're sitting on the cash with the Fox stuff.
I know they just put out a whole slew of PG-13 stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like Mrs. Doubtfire just got added to Disney Plus, which is a strange thing to see.
Yeah.
Disney
and
Plus.
I like this is back on like
Century Fox.
Yeah, because all the Fox stuff. So it's like we're waiting, all the Alien movies to be on Disney.
Oh yeah, no, they have a ton of stuff though,
Oh,
like
yeah.
especially R-rated adult. But
I mean, the
they're just so
Deadpool
afraid of
movies.
like that a kid might watch an R-rated movie on Disney Plus. Like, oh no.
Yeah, because there's a
Yeah.
thing on Netflix where you can adjust it to
Yeah,
like
on everything.
rental.
Yeah. Mhm.
HBO Max. I
Kids
mean,
only.
Yeah, no,
every
it's well, Disney Plus is just they've wanted to have that family imagery. I mean, they've already had there was a handful of movies that they went in and edited to keep
Yeah,
that like
Splash,
Splash.
Adventures of Babysitting.
Yeah, where they would do like these really tacky, awful edit jobs to
Totally.
like try to do it. And it's just like give the kid if you're so concerned, just do parental controls and let the rest of us
Yep.
enjoy
Yeah,
like adults.
seriously.
there you go. Eric, how about you? Watching pretty much the same stuff, I'm assuming.
I was definitely watching the Kanye documentary. Was very fascinating. The other one that I started was the first episode of Murderville on
Oh,
okay.
Netflix.
Okay.
So, which is with Conan
That was a lot of
O'Brien, and I about died laughing watching him almost die eating the spicy
oh,
the spicy foods
Yeah.
while trying to solve a murder.
Okay.
that show, there's
It's
some real great
like
stuff
Sloppy
there.
Joes.
Yeah, the sloppy joes, the sloppiest. So what it is Murderville is it stars Will Arnett, and it's a scripted murder mystery, but
Okay.
they have a guest on every week who doesn't know anything. So they all have scripts. There's a plot. They're all going through it. But the guest, which in the first case is Conan O'Brien, is just brought in cold, and he has to just basically
He has to improvise.
improvise and
Improvising,
keep
yeah.
moving.
Sounds like a weird game show.
Yeah, and by the end they do have to guess who the killer
had
is.
a show called Grab and Water where they would get like Broadway actors doing completely on script and then have an improvised comedian come in without knowing the material, and they would just do whatever, and then the Broadway actors just doing exactly what the script says, no matter what the response is. It's one of my favorite shows. I would go, like, it was like every like third Monday or whatever of the month. It was so good.
Wait, what's the name of that one?
It was called Grab and Water.
Okay.
But yeah, the theater is not there anymore, so I don't know. I don't know if they're doing it in LA maybe now, but yeah, a lot of great stuff from that, and yeah, the series is great. With the Sharon Stone one, when you get to that, she's surprisingly like so quick on her feet for like improv. Oh my god.
I was gonna say Conan was just bled right into it, which was hilarious.
I love the stuff when they're like the name thing where it's like Burger Stein Smith. Like,
yeah, Rosenberger
like,
and
what
Stein,
I say, and it's like just keeps adding to the name.
Nice.
I laugh so hard.
Well, I'm gonna check that out because that sounds amazing.
It's very funny.
And what I'm also watching, I actually just started rewatching for the umpteenth time Seinfeld. All the episodes are now on Netflix, so I had to. When I have a free moment, I put on an episode. It brightens my day. Also going through random SNL skits on YouTube, which also amazing. And the random Coen Brothers film here and there. But basically, I'm watching stuff for this show. And the first film that we're going to be discussing is Cyrano, and it is the another retelling of the tale Cyrano de Bergerac by Edmond Rostand, and it tells the story of a beautiful young woman who is basically involved with two men. She's in love with one of them. Peter Dinklage plays Cyrano. He's not classically handsome. He's kind of short, and basically
just kind of short.
Yeah. Basically, he helps this better-looking guy, quote unquote, better looking, with his words. So basically, this good-looking dumb guy is speaking the brilliant words of Cyrano to try and win this woman. And it is basically, I mean, I guess you can call it a love triangle. It's just a really beautiful tale about acceptance, basically looks versus substance, what's really important in a relationship. I think Peter Dinklage was fantastic in this. He anchored the film brilliantly, and I honestly don't know much about his work. I know he was in Game of Thrones, and I think he won a few awards for
Oh man,
that.
you got a lot to do, man, because Dinklage is the man.
The
I
Station
know.
Station Agent.
So good.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
Station
Yeah.
Agent. I mean, even like anything he's in. Death of a Funeral.
Okay.
I mean, the original one. The
Frank Oz? Yeah.
Even though I wasn't a fan of it, was it the Knights of Badassdom?
Yeah.
Where he was the
yeah.
where he was the
I
LARPer.
forgot that movie.
He was such an asshole in it, but he was
I
really
forgot
funny.
that existed.
Yeah.
3 Billboards.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh yeah, that's a great film. Yeah.
he's given so many incredible performances. Yeah, I mean, he's just a phenomenal actor.
Honestly, of them all, Station Agent is probably my.
Oh, yeah.
He was
Mhm.
the movie's great, and he was amazing.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just
Elf.
an angry elf. But my God, the emotion in some of these scenes, like he is just so dedicated to
good.
this part, and you can tell this was a passion project for him. And he stole the show, and he was not nominated for an Academy Award, but I think he should have been, because this is one of the best performances of the year so far. If you want to count it for 2021,
I counted for last year. But
right. But
they withheld it from us.
Yeah.
he's so good in this.
Mhm.
Also, Haley Bennett, very good, very beautiful woman. She was pretty good. I didn't think she was a phenomenal actress, but I think she did well as Roxanne. A very wasted opportunity. I really want to see more of Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
I might have
He
to
was-
disagree. See, I would have agreed with you up until he got his song, and then I'm like, never mind, we're good. Like the minute the guitar riff starts coming in, he's walking down. He's just like, I'm gonna get her, and it's like, all right, perfect movie.
It
Ben
felt like-
Mendelsohn singing a villain song.
It
Yeah.
felt like a typical, like a Disney villain song, like it
Yeah.
felt like Scar or Ursula. It was, but he did a great job, and even though he was in the movie for maybe like 5 minutes tops, I think, I wanted to see a lot more of him, because he's one of my favorite actors working today.
Oh yeah, I completely agree. But at least he got a villain song.
Yeah.
That's what I needed, and it delivered.
Yep.
Of course. And the music, guys, I just wanted to talk about some of these songs. They're just felt so good hearing these tunes. And that's something the 1987 Roxanne was missing, was a good soundtrack. I actually watched Roxanne. I think it was the first time, or it's been first time in a while. It's a great film. Very different
it's
from
great,
this
yeah.
in tone.
Oh yeah, the tone
Yeah.
is
But
the
Yeah.
opposite.
Yeah,
The original Cyrano is a full-on tragedy,
Yeah.
and Roxanne manages to make it into a quirky comedy.
Yeah, romantic comedy. Yeah.
a lighthearted romp. But again, Dinklage, I can't. I saw it last night, and it's still fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
It's a haunting musical. It
Yeah,
really is.
yeah.
It really is.
It had a great balance of drama and song, and also Joe Wright, who I know mostly from Darkest Hour, which is
I forgive him. I forgive him for Cats.
Oh God.
Wait,
wasn't
what?
Joe
No,
Wright.
that wasn't him.
That was
Wasn't him?
That
Tom
was
Hooper.
Tom Hooper. Yeah.
No,
Oh,
Joe Wright.
okay.
If I remember right.
Joe
He
Wright.
did Woman in
Joe
the
Wright.
Window.
That's right.
Yeah, Joe Wright
I'm-
did Woman in the Window, but he's done Atonement is his, Pride and Prejudice,
Yeah.
Anna
Right.
Karenina.
I think I was confused in Darkest Hour and
Well, it's like
King's Speech. I'm like,
I was
oh,
gonna say Joe Wright is just like, whoa, what? Whoa, what?
yeah.
So it's like Woman in the
Yeah.
Window, Cyrano.
Yeah, he also did Pan. If you ever saw Pan with
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
also him,
Mm.
so
Yeah. So this is like with Wright, he either is just like, oh man, what did you do? Or he's the top, and Cyrano is
Yeah,
definitely one of the
yeah.
tops for him.
yeah, it's like there's Atonement up there,
Yeah.
Pride and
Oh, yeah.
Prejudice
Prejudice.
definitely up there.
Yeah.
Like I would definitely put this up towards the top of his filmography.
Yeah.
He works so well with the scale. Like, whenever I think of Joe Wright, I always think of that the tracking shot in Atonement when you're going across the whole beach, and just that minute shot that just how it's like,
Or
and-
that shot of Keira Knightley standing outside watching the car take him away and
Right.
everything.
and
With
just
that long flowy dress.
yeah, and just like and like that's the Joe Wright I always like, and that's the Joe Wright that was in charge of Cyrano.
Yeah.
And so you have these just huge numbers. Just it's like I always think of the one where Christian's singing the I want someone to love me. So you literally have an entire
All
French
these
garrison
soldiers.
just on this like battle, like on this this fort, all just dancing around, and it's just like it's incredible to see.
You know what? The thing about this movie that impressed me was the scope of it all, the sets, the costumes, everything. Just all the pieces worked together beautifully. It was kind of all, you know, they were all working together to form this huge, just beautiful film. And it's a simple tale told in a great way. Joe Wright, yeah, he really is a masterful filmmaker here. Honestly,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Because now I'm like, oh, I do forgive him for the woman in the window.
Well, you know,
that was him.
Yeah, with Darkest Hour, I mean, I didn't really notice the direction as much. The focus was more on Gary Oldman as Winston Churchill.
Yeah,
the direction wasn't really. It wasn't the main highlight.
Yeah, I mean, the movie overall, I didn't think was amazing. I thought, Oldman was really great
for sure.
But I feel like this movie had it all. Like, I mean, this, this movie, I just like soaked it in, and everything they gave me, it just was sponging it up, getting all teary, making weird. I was like making weird like nose noises and stuff. I think the guy behind me was so mad. I think he thought I was asleep because I'd be like,
yeah. And the close-up scenes with Dinklage and what's her name? Haley Bennett. Scenes where they're just like baring their souls. Like you could really feel the tension. It's just
the way that he emotes like every line of dialogue.
Yeah.
It was so heartbreaking to just watch him talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the other sequence that really got to me was the song with the soldiers towards the end of the movie, because of course with everything going on in Ukraine right now, it was just way too easy to make that connection between the movie, which obviously didn't intend or did not plan for that to be happening when this movie came out, but unfortunately it is. So but just really I think the music throughout it was really great. The theme that I keep coming back to is that main "I want someone to love" theme, that, and the thing of that all three of the main characters, because they're so afraid to actually take a chance on it, and especially because of the deception that at the center of it, none of them ever really get the chance to have that, and it's just
it's almost like that's the problem with the Roxanne comparison. It's like Roxanne is the what if Cyrano but happy, whereas Cyrano is like, no, it's a tragedy.
Right. I guess it's all perspective, but in this case, it is a tragedy.
Yeah.
It's a dark tale.
And
it doesn't get more tragic than this.
Yeah, true.
Like
very
this,
true.
this version also really makes you feel for Christian as a character, because like in other versions, he seems just kind of, like, especially something like Roxanne, he's just kind of a doofus. That it's like, why are you even like, why do you care so much about this girl? You could go off and have like any girl. And it's like in this one, you actually feel like the earnestness to him, and also the heartbreak that it's like, you loved her this whole time and she was in love with you this whole time. And
it's a very complex tale, and I give the original author Rustin a lot of credit for coming up with this, because it's so many different angles to look at it. And I know it's been adapted a number of times throughout history. unfortunately, Roxanne is the only, and these are the only two I've seen. So I'm gonna have to hunt down the other adaptation.
Yeah,
really good.
I love with them adding that extra facet to Cyrano about having it be Peter Dinklage and having it be this being the disability, or it's the nose, or that kind of ridiculousness, and actually going with what if there is something that would really ostracize him from, that would give him something to have to be afraid of from society.
Even working into the script,
Mhm.
mentions of the ways in which little people at that time were mistreated, that they were like sometimes forced to have sex with each other to then basically make more little people so that they could be used for entertainment purposes. Like there was just a lot of horrible mistreatment done at that time. And there's the line from one of the characters about like, where are your bells, where are your ribbons, and that's supposed to be a direct reference to the way that they would have them like dress, which was ridiculous, with like these bells and like this very specific outfit. So
I'm glad they didn't bang us over the head with that
the introduction of Cyrano in that movie. Holy shit, was so good. Like,
it was great.
Just oh my god, like just like his voice from the back of the room, and then like just like his presence just like coming out and like like he's a master. I mean, he's it's just amazing. Like
the ultimate warrior poet.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not a big guy, but he definitely has a presence, and it's phenomenal in this.
And I mean, it's like most people who are, I guess are familiar with him from Game of Thrones, and it's like it's a great introduction for him, because I mean he's like his character's great and whatever, but it's like it's so great to see like him get to do this, because it's like all the stuff that like you don't get from Game of Thrones, like the passion, the like it's like love, like it's
well, that was early too, like season 2 Tyrion, like it's just like it's once again like with Station Agent, between all Station Agent for Tyrion, early Tyrion especially in Game of Thrones, this just shows that Dinklage is one of the best leading mans there is. And it's like I hope I just keep giving him this great stuff to
I look forward to see
get into
more like lead work, and he's gonna get that Oscar eventually.
He's in the right track. He's definitely I see really big things for this little guy.
Can I say one last quick thing about Dinklage in this role? So this adaptation of Cyrano was actually written by his wife, and it was written specifically with him in mind for the role. And when Dinklage was on Late Night with Stephen Colbert actually pointed out, he said, "It's interesting that you're in the role of Cyrano and that your wife is writing the words that then you were saying. So basically, you're playing Cyrano and she's being your Cyrano."
Oh, that's funny.
And he just went, "Whoa, I hadn't even thought about that."
That's awesome. I love that. Oh,
takes a lot the cops going for it.
But that's awesome. I love that observation. That's very cool. All right, guys. So Cyrano, it's now playing in theaters. So go check it out, guys. Watching at home, check out Cyrano. It's really, really good. All right, guys.
Worth it alone for the Mendelssohn singing.
Yes. All right, guys. So we're just going to take a short commercial break, but we'll be back with our second film review of the evening right after this.
Under the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending, interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Randy Younger, Under the Radar. And our second film tonight is a Western. It's called Old Henry. And it stars the great Tim Blake Nelson, another fantastic actor, kind of underrated, but has given some really great performances over the years. And this basically is the tale of a farmer who basically is the father of a kid. They come across this mysterious man who's injured, and they basically tend to his wounds. But while doing so, there is a sheriff, maybe a sheriff, who's out to get the injured man. And basically, it's a very tense Western thriller actioner. It has a fantastic gun battle at the end. It is also written and directed by Patsy Pansaroli, and I think that the final shootout is some of the best action in a movie I've seen in recent times. Yeah, we've got Tim Blake Nelson, Scott Hayes, Trace Atkins, and Stephen Dorff, also Gavin Lewis. It's a wonderful cast. It's a wonderful Western. And I haven't really seen a decent Western in quite some time. So it was very refreshing to see Old Henry. Matt, what were your thoughts on the film?
Probably the last good Western I saw with Tim Blake Nelson was Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, right? It's like, you saw him playing this character like last year.
Similar.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a while to get into it. Pretty slow start. I'm also not a huge fan of Westerns. There's so very few that I really, really love. But this one definitely paid off in the long run. And like you were saying, that gunfight, I love a good, it's kind of like that last duel in The Last Duel, where it was just like intense, and it just like
It felt
it's
real.
kind of like kept you on the edge. But I mean, it was wonderfully acted. The cinematography was amazing. It was definitely enjoyable. I need to watch it again. Try to keep my focus in the beginning, because I was really losing my attention span in the beginning, but and I kind of regretted it halfway through the movie. I'm like, wait, well, I gotta remember what just happened. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely one of the best Westerns I've seen since what was that one? Cold. What it was with it was the one with Captain Kirk. What's his face?
Captain Kirk.
The new Captain
Chris
Kirk.
Pine.
Chris Pine, yeah.
Oh man. Hell or High Water.
Hell or High Water. That's the one.
You're going more modern.
That was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
Hell or High Water. Masterpiece.
Yeah, it's Hell or High Water. But I'm like, right. And I was thinking of the other one, which was with Dexter, Michael C. Hall.
Okay.
Which was Cold something, which was also very
Cold. I don't know that one, but the direction in this movie is just so good. You're immediately transported to this time, to this era, and it's just beautiful locations that they chose to film it.
Cold in July was the name of the movie.
Cold in July. Okay.
I guess more of a thriller than a Western, but it's definitely like a Western style.
Okay.
Crime thriller, but.
Rachel and Eric, what did you think of the film?
I mean, I enjoyed it quite a bit. I definitely agree that there were parts of it that were definitely slower. And I sometimes have some issues, especially with grumbly Westerns, with being able to understand all the dialogue. So there were some parts that I was really struggling to understand what was being said. And I feel like I might need to give some of those scenes a second watch.
Subtitles all the
but
time. That's how I live.
Yeah.
I always have the subtitles on, but I didn't have subtitle option for this, and
Oh.
it was like, but the end of that movie was just, it was such a great surprise also, because that moment when you see who's like, when you have the reveal of who he really is, it's almost like watching like a family drama and then having a character reveal that they're Captain America. Like it's that like, they go like, wait a minute, I didn't know I was in that kind of movie. Like,
Oh my God, that's a great comparison.
like it kind of made me sit up and go, oh, like, because I've seen like, you know, photographs and stuff of like what he looked like, and it just clicked so quickly, and I was like,
right. And I
don't know
should
why I
have said
didn't see it.
no spoilers. You know that, guys.
Yeah.
No spoilers.
But
You can't reveal
it's a
these
wonderful
Captain
surprise.
You can't reveal that Tim Blake Nelson was
this
Captain
is,
America.
This
the
is
whole
secretly
time.
in the Marvel universe.
I love it.
Variants, man.
Yeah.
My only
He's
complaint
got
is
range.
that kid. I just wanted to smack him sometimes. He was just being a dummy.
Yeah, he was kind of annoying, but I don't know.
Yeah.
He was
waiting.
being a dumb kid.
I was waiting for Tim Blake Nelson to pull on his looking glass mask from Watchmen.
We didn't get enough of Trace Atkins. I don't know. I think they could have developed him a little bit more in the movie.
Yeah.
It was okay. But Stephen Dorff, fantastic.
He was. I think for me, he was the bigger
Yeah.
surprise. Was Dorff as the main antagonist, because Tim Blake Nelson, it's like, I mean, it's just he carries this film on his shoulders, and
Definitely.
it's clear. But I think Dorff as the antagonist actually surprisingly worked for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? Scott Hayes, who played the injured man in the house that they were tending to. Okay, not great.
Yeah.
I think that could have been any like good looking actor, you know. So I was a little disappointed with that.
There was something about the running gag of the fact that every time he walked by a window, he got shot. That kept cracking me up.
Bad luck, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, it's funny with Tim Blake Nelson. We mentioned Ben Mendelsohn earlier. They're kind of in the same league.
Oh yeah.
In terms of acting, like style or status, you know, you see them a lot,
and it's definitely like, oh, that guy, you
Right.
know him. You might not know his name, but you know him.
Which is why it's good to see when you give him something like this, like where he's getting the leading role. Because like the last two great things I saw Tim Blake Nelson in was Buster Scruggs, which of course he was hilarious in for his bit as Buster Scruggs, and Watchmen, which he was absolutely amazing in.
Well, you know, with Buster Scruggs, he was actually worried about taking this role because he felt people would just relate it to Scruggs. He thought it was too similar. So
I can see the Western, but there is no there is so much space between Buster Scruggs and him.
Yeah, this is the grittier Buster Scruggs character.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess I will agree with everybody. I do think it is a bit of a slow build up, but I think looking back at it, it works because the movie promises a revelation, and when that actually delivers on it, I'm like, oh, you actually paid off on that. The payoff actually made the film better. Like, good job, because that reveal and the ensuing shootout was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
So good. It really did. Like, the snowball is a perfect explanation for the film, because it's like. It's like it like seriously just like got like a little bit better, like every, you know, and then by the end you were just like, oh, that was great.
Yeah, once the curtain is pulled back, I'm like, all right, cool. And then like I said, you just get that amazing shootout.
So this movie was actually on my shame list of last year. And I'm so glad we're talking about it now, because it really is a special Western. Like I said, I haven't seen a really good Western in a while. I think Hell or High Water, Matt, I think that might have been the last decent one. Like, that was a fantastic film.
That was such an incredible film. But
the
I
problem
feel
with
like,
that one is
I feel like one comes out every decade, and it's like...
I know.
I'm trying to think, like Buster Scruggs was definitely a fantastic Western, but then again, the problem is you get so much variety between comedy like Buster Scruggs, or
it's like counting Blazing Saddles as a Western. It's like,
but like what I appreciate about it is the vignette style. You get a broad sense of it, so you do get genuine Western beyond just the fantasy cartoon. I'm trying to remember if it's the director who did 310, but the remake of 310 to Yuma
Mhm.
with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe was fantastic.
Is it? I haven't
That is
seen
a
that one yet.
great Western.
It's been a few years since I've seen it, but I love the
Yeah.
combination of Crow and Bale. That's a great team up.
Yeah, the remake, and Ben Foster also, because I think it was
Oh,
the
Ben
director who did
Foster.
Hell or High Water.
Yeah.
Did the
Yeah.
remake of 310 to Yuma. And
Something
speaking of Coens, the remake of True Grit
Too
Oh,
great.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
was amazing.
Mhm.
And if we're going to talk about a lesser Western, the remake of The Magnificent Seven. I love Denzel, but that was just not. That was.
I'm like, are you talking about that Adam Sandler movie? No.
And I was gonna say, bringing it back to Tim Blake Nelson, we could talk about his role in Oh Brother Where Art Thou
Yes.
with the
Oh,
Coen
right.
brothers.
That's like his
Christina.
that type of character is like ingrained in him. It's like that
Well, he's got the face for it. I mean, like
right, and the
his face
voice.
was made for that guy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
That
voice.
unsuspecting person, but it's like, maybe don't piss him off.
Yeah, much like Sam Elliott, who let us know this week just how much he did not like The Power of the Dog.
Piece of shit.
Old Henry, now there's a Western.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, guys, Old Henry. This is a quality film, and I liked it so much more than I thought I would. So it was really,
As did I.
right. So I'm really happy that this movie this exists. It's a great film.
It goes to
I
show you
was
just how
kind of
much a good
like-
payoff can change how your perception of a film.
Just
I was
wait it out, and
Yeah.
pay off will be amazing.
Yeah, it's like no, even if you're like blah blah blah, it's like, man, when that payoff hits,
Yeah.
it's like it delivers.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I gotta watch a Western. I'm like, all right. But, yeah, in the end,
Grumble.
I was satisfied. So, and we got, Cyrano was on my shame list, so we knocked some shame out of the park today. So,
There you
Yeah,
go.
true.
There you go. And now I'm gonna try to watch all the highlights of Tim Blake Nelson's career because the man is brilliant.
If you have not seen the Watchmen miniseries that they made with him and Regina King, it's one of the greatest TV shows
so
of
good.
like the past decade.
Now, is that like a soft reboot of the movie? What's
It's doesn't really have anything to do with the movie. It's more of a sequel to the original comic because it really ties in to the original source material way more than the movie.
okay.
But luckily, it will still kind of guide you along. But I would recommend reading the graphic novel, the original one, and then the Watchmen, the TV show, it was so good.
It was so well done. Oh
That's
my God.
Regina King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then Tim Blake Nelson plays Looking Glass, and he's phenomenal.
Mhm.
I would have thought he'd make a good Rorschach.
He would. Yeah.
when you watch him as Looking Glass, you'll be like, oh,
All right.
that makes a lot of sense.
Cool. Well,
And,
good to know.
yeah,
Thanks.
Don Johnson, man.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like,
It's phenomenal.
it's
series.
so crazy how like he's one of those guys where it's like I went for so long like not liking him, and then like his output ever since he's bounded down, everything he's done has been amazing.
Yeah, Knives Out.
Yep.
Oh
yeah, of course. Cool, guys.
So
Cool.
good.
All right. So Old Henry is now available on demand. So check that out, guys. It's really good. The payoff is totally worth the wait. So check that out, guys. All right, so let's get into some coming attractions. This is actually going to be a light week. We've got a drama called Tyson's Run, which actually looks really good. It's about an unathletic boy with autism who strives to become an unlikely marathon champion, giving his unfulfilled father purpose and a second chance at putting his family first. And the young boy is played by Rory Cochrane, and he basically meets a champion marathon runner played by Barkhad Abdi, who was in Captain Phillips as the Somali pirate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think the casting choice is really good here, and I'm
the marathon runner now. Look at
That
me.
was in the trailer. No, just kidding. So that's called Tyson's Run. So that sounds pretty good, actually. And we also have a fantasy horror drama called Off Season, and it looks like a typical B movie. Nothing special there. So yeah, just those 2 movies this week. So it's a very light week.
Wow,
It's post Oscar season, so
yeah, I
there's
gotta
like
do
1
all
or 2 movies coming out a week until blockbuster season and like June.
Well, you've got Drive My Car just came to HBO Max.
I need to watch.
So that's on my list.
And West Side Story.
And West Side Story. Yeah, West Side Story is now on Disney Plus.
The best movie of
already?
2021.
Oh, jeez.
And I think King Richard is still on HBO Max, which is phenomenal as well.
Yeah,
We've got the
yeah. I mean, I feel like if you missed any of the big movies this year, they're all finally on everything. So it's.
But for everybody right now on this show, we've definitely seen most of them. So I think
we saw a lot of movies this year.
Indeed,
it's very true.
Drive My Car though, Rachel. I'm gonna think about maybe reviewing that. We'll see.
Well, I want to watch it. I need to see what all the hubbub's about.
Yeah, I heard good things. All right, guys. So we have a few minutes left. I just want to go around. Any plugs, Pickle Man?
Pickle Man. Pickle Island. We got a store in Bayville, 12 Ludlam Avenue, Bayville, New York. We got one in Glen Cove, New York, 18 Forest Avenue. We got pickles, we got DVDs, we got CDs. I just got like 300 more DVDs in. So a bunch of westerns, a bunch of old classic musicals, lots of good stuff. Lots of crazy stuff in there.
Now, Matt, do you have genres sections or is it just good.
The DVD, the DVDs are separated by genre. Actually, that was my big project this week while I was pricing and putting them out. I reorganized it again, moving everything, and I made divider cards. So
you are a dedicated employee.
Yes, indeed.
Very good. Rachel, any plugs from you?
Yes. So this month, the month of March, I'm going to have a new donut over at the Live Donut in Jersey City. It does not have a name yet, but you'll know it. It's the one that has all the mango and passion fruit in it. So, so definitely stop by and try that. It's going to be very good.
Does it have actual pieces of fruit or is it just a jelly?
Yes. It has pieces of mango and banana, and the glaze is a passion fruit mango glaze, and it has toasted coconut on it. It's very good.
That sounds amazing. Do you guys sell coffee there?
We do sell coffee. Yeah, we've got coffee. You can actually get, I believe we still have on the menu, you can get like seltzers, like flavored seltzers there as well.
Wow. All right then. And that's in Jersey?
Yep.
Jersey City.
I love it. I have to stop. I will stop by eventually.
Yeah. And we also have been expanding out our breakfast sandwich offerings. So you can actually get a chicken sandwich between two donuts. And we just added an avocado toast that is very good. I've gotten it on several occasions.
Awesome. Do you guys do like a parfait type of thing or?
A parfait type thing, like a yogurt parfait?
Yeah, but with like little pieces of donut. I don't know. I'm just trying to be.
Little pieces of donut.
we don't have it on the menu, but I'll
you guys do a hot soup? Hot soup that has pieces of donuts in it, like like a cream of mushroom, but like
we do have keto options as well as vegan options.
Okay,
so
you're missing out on doing a pickled donut.
Ooh, that's
I mean, that would be awesome.
Cream of donut pickle.
Oh God. Eric, any plugs from you, sir?
Nowhere near as exciting as pickles and donuts. So not quite. Taking care of this good dog that's passed out right here.
Gotcha. All right. Well, as for me, people can just check out new episodes of Under the Radar on Manhattan Neighborhood Network every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern on the Lifestyle channel. You can also watch on cable TV channels FiOS 34, RCN 83, Spectrum 56, and 1996. Also, feel free to visit the Under the Radar YouTube channel, subscribe to that, and share the link. Spread the word. the more the merrier. But before we go, guys, I just want to real quick, just send out my prayers and best wishes to the people of Ukraine. And this is really, really awful, what's happening there right now. So, we just have to just stay, connected and united, and hopefully these terrible things will end soon. But yeah, Under the Radar, we wish you all the well, Ukraine. So yeah, with that, I want to thank everybody watching at home and on your devices. I want to thank my wonderful guests tonight, Rachel, Eric, and Matt. This was amazing as usual. And we'll see you next time on Under the Radar. I'm Randy Unger. Thanks so much, guys.